We often glorify thinking as the highest human ability, the mark of intelligence, the path to wisdom. Yet there is a paradox hidden in plain sight. The very act of thinking, when stretched beyond its natural limits, can become destructive. Overthinking is not simply reflection, it is rumination, a mental loop that traps us in endless cycles of doubt, regret, and imagined scenarios. It feels like control, but it is often the opposite. And that is the dark side of overthinking. It consumes energy, distorts perception, and quietly erodes our emotional strength. Have you ever found yourself replaying a conversation long after it ended, analyzing every word, every pause, every gesture, as if hidden meaning could be uncovered through repetition? Or lying awake at night, rehearsing decisions you have not yet made, imagining outcomes that may never arrive? And then ask yourself, did all that thinking bring clarity, or did it leave you more uncertain, more restless, more drained? This is the contradiction of overthinking. It promises answers but delivers confusion. Psychologists describe overthinking through the lens of cognitive theory, particularly the concept of rumination. Rumination is the tendency to dwell on problems without moving toward solutions. It is common in anxiety and depression, where the mind becomes stuck in negative loops. Imagine a student who receives a poor grade. Instead of analyzing what went wrong and planning how to improve, they replay the failure endlessly, magnifying its meaning until it defines their identity. This is not problem-solving, it is self-sabotage disguised as reflection. Another angle comes from behavioral psychology. Overthinking often emerges from the illusion of control. When faced with uncertainty, the brain seeks patterns, believing that more thought will reduce risk. Yet research shows that excessive analysis often leads to decision paralysis. Consider someone choosing between two career paths. Instead of weighing pros and cons and making a choice, they spiral into endless scenarios. What if I fail? What if I regret? What if I miss something better? The result is inaction, a life paused by fear of imperfection. Overthinking becomes a habit of avoidance, a way of postponing the discomfort of commitment. Attachment dynamics also play a role. People with anxious attachment styles often overthink relationships, interpreting silence as rejection or small changes in tone as signs of abandonment. Their minds replay interactions, searching for reassurance that never arrives. This habit reflects a deeper fear of loss, where overthinking becomes a misguided attempt to secure love through vigilance. Yet, instead of strengthening bonds, it often creates tension, as partners feel suffocated by constant analysis. Here, overthinking is not just mental, it reshapes emotional connection. Cognitive neuroscience adds another layer. Overthinking is linked to hyperactivity in the default mode network, the brain system responsible for self-referential thought. When this network dominates, the mind drifts into loops of self-focus, often amplifying negative emotions. Studies show that mindfulness practices, which quiet the default mode network, reduce overthinking by anchoring attention in the present. This explains why silent reflection can feel peaceful, while rumination feels exhausting. The difference lies in whether thought is grounded or untethered. The dark side of overthinking is not only emotional but physical. Chronic rumination elevates stress hormones like cortisol, weakening the immune system and impairing sleep. The body suffers from the mind's inability to let go. Imagine someone lying awake, replaying mistakes from years ago. Their body is tense, their heart rate elevated, their rest disrupted, all because the mind refuses to release what cannot be changed. Overthinking becomes a silent thief of health, stealing vitality through invisible loops. Yet it is important to recognize that overthinking is not irrational. It is the mind's attempt to protect us. It seeks certainty, safety, and control. The problem is that it confuses repetition with resolution. Thinking about a problem endlessly does not solve it, it only magnifies it. The habit of overthinking reflects a deeper struggle with uncertainty, identity, and fear of failure. It is not weakness, but misdirected strength, a cognitive skill turned against itself. So, how do we confront the dark side of overthinking? The answer lies not in suppressing thought, but in reshaping it. Cognitive behavioral strategies encourage reframing, asking whether a thought is useful, whether it leads to action, whether it reflects reality or fear. Mindfulness teaches presence, grounding attention in the here and now instead of imagined futures. Self-compassion reminds us that mistakes are part of growth, not evidence of inadequacy. These practices do not eliminate thought, They restore balance, turning reflection into clarity rather than confusion. Reflect on your own patterns. Do you think to understand, or do you think to avoid? Do your thoughts lead to decisions, or do they trap you in hesitation? Overthinking is not a flaw of intelligence, it is a misalignment of purpose. The challenge is to recognize when thought has crossed the line from reflection to rumination, and to gently guide it back. In the end, the dark side of overthinking reminds us that the mind is both our greatest tool and our greatest trap. To master it is not to silence it, but to learn when to listen and when to let go. And perhaps the next time your thoughts begin to spiral, you will pause, breathe, and ask yourself, is this thought helping me, or is it holding me hostage? That question, simple yet profound, is the doorway out of the loop. If you found value in this reflection, consider subscribing so you don't miss future explorations into the psychology of human behavior. Each video is designed to help you understand yourself a little better and to uncover the hidden forces shaping the way we live.